What's up, people? This is William Jones, and I am here doing videos about leaving religion. These videos are designed to make you think, just use logic and common sense, and ease your way out of religion. So for this video, and it's been a while since I've done one, I'm kind of spacing them out because I'm just, like I said, I'm learning. I see the other videos are helping people. That's good. So I mean, they're there, and I'm learning as well. So for this video, I was speaking kind of about the psychology of religion, as I probably spoke on before. But you know, on my phone, you know, you have a voice recorder, and when I have the thoughts, I have to put the thoughts down at that moment, so later I can come and do the video. So I have this on my phone. I'm going to play it. I was going to try to redo it, but what I said on it, I made a couple mistakes, but whatever. I'm going to play it, and then I'm going to speak about it. It's 1 minute and 27 seconds long. And here it goes. So y'all check it out. The mind is stuck in the patterns that it's learned from its youth. So we tend to stick with the patterns that we're learned. So, for instance, when we find out someone dies, the first thing we do is deny that fact, because it causes a serious change of pattern within the thought process that we've had our whole lives. But upon seeing the dead body, you know, your mind has no choice but to accept the fact that that person is gone, and then you have to live your life knowing you won't see them again. The difference with that in religion is there is no facts, no proof or whatever, so you can hold on to it without any proof, because there's nothing like a dead body to show what it is, even though it goes against logic, history. You know, it's just a fact that we still hold on to this mess. So this is the point of this, is the mind wants to believe what it wants to believe until it's forced to believe something based upon actual facts. So we'll go with it from there. All right, that was my recording. The mind wants to believe what the mind wants to believe until it's forced to believe something else. And that's so true, because I declare to you, anytime you tell someone such and such died, what they'll always say, one is, but I just saw him a week ago. Like that cancels the fact that they died because you saw him a week ago, or you just saw him yesterday, or whatever. The facts are the facts. And when we have funerals, especially not a closed casket or cremation or whatever, but I mean, you know, it depends on the situation. But when we can actually see that dead body, we can have closure, and in our mind we know they're gone. We won't see them again. That is it. I mean, in the real world, when you see the person in the casket at the funeral, we know that's it. So I never understood why they called Thomas Doubting Thomas. Oh, because Jesus told him. But what Thomas has seen all his life, even though it's a story and it's not even true, what Thomas has seen all his life was, when you were dead and in the tomb, we never see you again. That's it. So all of this purpose and stuff Jesus supposedly had, when he was beaten, then crucified, stabbed with the spear, and put into the tomb, to a logical person, that's a wrap. Let's go. What's next? What do we got to do to survive? Because the dead is the dead. We living. So the old Thomas didn't believe him, because you're reading the story after they done pounded it in your head your whole life. You know the whole story and don't understand that it's just a story. You don't understand that someone dies, you wouldn't expect to see him again. But let me get back to what I'm saying. That the way this thing works is they teach it to us while we're young. In most cases, when your brain is not logical enough to know what's what, so they give us what? They give us Jesus, Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy, and the Easter Bunny. So we grow up and we find out Easter Bunny ain't real. We just dyeing these eggs and hiding them. Okay. Tooth Fairy ain't real. You putting that money under my pillow. Okay. Santa Claus not real. You the one putting them presents under that tree. Okay. Jesus isn't real. Hold up. That's where the grown people intervene. Hold up. Jesus is real. But Santa Claus, no, but yeah, I know with them, but Jesus is real. So because you have grown, intelligent, educated, degreed, in positions, people backing the myth, it's hard for a young mind to get out of it. And all they do is teach you a way to exclude this God in every form and fashion. I mean, come on, he doesn't fulfill no promises. He keep his promises. No, he don't. Because y'all dying from all kind of sicknesses and disease. You own medications. Most of you didn't have, after you pass your 30s, 40s, most of you didn't have a surgery or you own medication, some type of whatever. So he ain't kept no promises about no health, no healing, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? If you got something, you know what the end result gonna be. If you know certain diseases, illnesses end in death, and Jesus ain't healing nothing. Come on, y'all, let's keep it real. You lose a job, you better get another job. Yeah, I mean, ain't no money falling from the sky or whatever, and you still, look, we already living off of 80% of our income anyway. Because, I mean, on average, because taxes are going to take about 20. I'm just saying on average. You might be like, oh, it'll take 10% of my, okay. On average, you're living off of 80% of your income. Gross, right? No, net. Net, yeah, net. Your net is 80%. Your gross is 100% because it's gross what you make, and you got a net to catch the rest that fall through. All right. Then on top of that, you're giving 10% to the church. I just did a post the other day called a tithe versus a tip. And you know, I have a job where I work, my part-time job where I make tips, and people don't understand about how tipping works. You know, people live off of these tips for real. Don't get it twisted. Tip your people when they do for you. Tip 15% minimum. Forget all that. God only required 10%. No, God don't require jack. One, there ain't no God. Two, in the book that was in the Old Testament. Three, he never get the money. So tip that real people. And that's what I said. The difference in a tip and a tithe is, a tip is money you give to an actual person that does an actual service for you, and they use that money to pay their bills. A tithe is money you give to a man that has done nothing for you, that claims he is the collector of money for your God, who never receives the money, and he uses that money to pay his bills. He's an on-time God. Come on, we can go out through the graveyard and see he wasn't on time. He was mad late. He was late, and now they are called the late. Ain't no on-time God. There is no God there. Get that through your heads. There is no God there. You make excuses for him. But there is no God there. In the same verse it says, for the thief cometh but to steal, to kill, and to destroy, but I come that you might have life and life more abundantly. In the same verse. So the thief comes to steal, kill, destroy. I came that you have abundant life. Oh, they sick, that's the devil. Oh, they died, now that's God playing. In the same verse. But what happened about, by his stripes we are healed? Y'all ain't getting healed. You ain't getting healed. And it's not a system. That's the problem, it's not a system. If he's not a respecter of persons, then it's not a system. Well, I know somebody that got healed. My mother is a breast cancer survivor after they did surgery and removed one of her breasts. But who did it? The doctors did it. God didn't do jack. There is no God. The doctors did it. Understand this. Somebody told me when I had my surgeries on my aorta or whatever, oh, and God did whatever. God didn't do jack. It was the doctor that did it. It was the special team that they called in to do this major surgery. They did it. Because you can have, you got different type of doctors. You have the doctor who graduated with a C average, who partied on the weekend, was getting laid, getting drunk, whatever, but he did enough to get his degree. And you had the doctor who had the 5.0 average or whatever, 4.0 average, I'm thinking about the 4.0 average, who studied and researched and did whatever, and that's why you have people talking about, oh, this doctor. Well, if it doesn't, it's all in God's hand. Then take the doctor that made the C's, the low C's. Do you want the doctor that made the low C's or the doctor that made the straight A's who has a reputation? They're both doctors, and if it's all in God's hands, what difference does it make? Because it's in God's hands. But you know, you're gonna say, give me the renowned doctor, because you know you ain't trusting God. That's some bull crap. If you trust in God, then don't take your medicine. I'm not saying to do this. I'm just saying hypothetically, then stop taking your medication. Stop going to your doctor's appointments. They tell you need surgery, don't get it, and that's totally hypothetical. I'm not suggesting anybody don't go see the doctor. See your doctor. Go see your doctor. Follow your doctor stuff. Do that because you need the real stuff. Forget this fairy tale crap. You need the real stuff. But the thing about religion is, like I said, you know, like I said with the dead body, you know, oh, they not dead. I just seen them. You see them dead. You have no choice but to accept the fact that they're dead. But religion, oh yes, there is a God. You ain't never seen one. You ain't never seen a Jesus. You ain't seen none of this stuff. You have seen absolutely nothing. But you'll keep believing it because faith is believing with no evidence. It's all about believing and hope. You don't know anything. All you know is one day you're going to die. But you don't know there's a Jesus. You don't know there's a God. You don't know there's a heaven. You strongly believe, but you don't know. And you can't produce this stuff to anyone. If you was in court and it was like, so you believe there's a God? Yeah, I believe. Right. You believe. Do you know there's a God? I know there's a God. Show us God. What could you do to show there's a God? And don't use this bull crap. Aren't you here? That's some bull crap. That's some bull crap. Because you don't know how we got here. Nobody knows. And you're going to use your stories from creation that they stole from other mythologies about creation that you refuse to research. How in Egypt they had all of this stuff anyway. Norse mythology, other mythologies, they've been had all of this stuff. And Christianity stole it, and because one religion comes along at a certain time and destroys most of history so that it can shine bright and you think it's real. Look at history. Go back and look at history. The powers that be forced this religion by force, violence, rape, torture, mental manipulation, and they still do it today. The meanest people on social media, in my opinion, are Christians. You don't believe in it? You're an idiot. You're a fool. The Bible said, for the fool has said there is no God. Right. They immediately go to calling names, but you can't produce nothing from your Bible. Nothing. You can't produce nothing from your Bible but feelings and experiences. And that don't sell it. Feelings and experiences. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video. You believe what you can believe until you're forced to believe something different. You know, when you see the dead body, you can't, but I believe they still alive. God gonna raise them. They're gonna put them right in the ground, and you know, and you'll never see them again. And that's what religion is. You believing in something dead. What's the thing they said with the religion, with the Pope? The Pope having a conversation. The Pope and an atheist having a conversation, and the Pope and the Pope and the atheist having a conversation, and the Pope finally said to the atheist, "You're like a man that's blindfolded in a dark room looking for a black cat that doesn't exist." And the man says, "Hey Pope, I feel the same way about you. I just feel that you are a man that's blindfolded in a dark room looking for a black cat that doesn't exist, but you claim you found it." Peace.